This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association. Your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Mark Magnuson.
Hello and welcome into Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today is Wednesday, May 31st, 2023, and we're so glad you could join us for today's show. And in today's episode, the final show of May, I will speak with FBN Director of Finance Sales, TJ Wilson. We'll be talking about FBN's new Instant Land Loan Approvals Program. I will also have a check of the ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day, we are joined by Tyler Schau of agmarket.net for our closing market analysis. Tyler, last week we saw a big jump in the markets as we saw a lot of green on our market screens. Yesterday, to start the week, it seemed like we had a lot of factors working against the commodities as the markets were a lot of red on our screens. What did we see happen in the grain markets so far today?
Kind of a mixed day, a lot of up and down. Morning, overnight, and early morning trade was pretty negative to all the grains. One point you had July soybeans all the way down to 1270 and 3/4. That tested the weekly 200 week moving average if you look at a weekly chart. And I don't know if we call that support or not, but that held and kind of had a strong rally back throughout the day. You kind of touched on it. Last week was all about the dry conditions and the forecast for your area, Iowa, Illinois. I wouldn't say that forecast has really changed any, at least in the next week in the 6 to 10. I think what a lot of traders are now looking at is that extended forecast. What does it look like into late June? And there the models are trending slightly wetter and a little bit cooler. You just mentioned before we started airing how the heat feels like it's already June and July there. And so, that was the talk last week. Remember, it's a futures market, so we're always looking forward to see what the future holds. And right now, traders are saying, okay, we think we can get through this dry spell all right, and we're going to get into some cooler, wetter weather, and that will be better growing conditions for those crops.
And Tyler, how far ahead typically are those weather models being looked at? Is it kind of that 2 to 3 week range where the markets are looking at to decide what exactly is going to happen with trading?
Yeah, I would say they're typically looking out that 14 to 21 days, out at well, let me back up. 10 to 21 days, about 2 to 3 weeks out is kind of what they're looking at. We're also going to pay attention, do those forecasts verify? And so I think that's going to be really important going through the next 2 weeks. This week, if it is actually hot and dry, that's going to verify what we saw last week. And that might lean the traders to buy more into what the models are saying. I'm a little bit more of a pessimist when it comes to try to predicting future events. And, I will typically tell you that models aren't very good much out past 10 to 14 days. And typically what they do is they revert to average after about 14 days. So they're always, average in your area is usually you're going to get plenty of rain in June. So I think those models are going to lean towards that. So it's really going to be, really important to see how, as we get closer, as we get into the, 6 days out, 10 days out, what do those models do? Do they take some of that wet and cool out and pump in more heat and dry conditions, or, that's going to be what tells the direction of this market.
And Tyler, we also have several unanswered questions when it comes to national news as far as the debt limit ceiling, and then also just some questions about the stock market. So is that weighing on the ag markets as well today?
Yeah, it was really tough to see a lot of early bullishness in the grain market. You had crude oil down $3 and some odd cents yesterday a barrel. You have it down another $1.50 right now. It was pretty, it was trending lower early this morning. We had a little bit of a pop. You're right that we still don't have an answer on this debt ceiling. We kind of feel like maybe we do, but I think if we know anything about Washington, it's it's a lot like the Russian grain corridor or the Ukraine grain corridor. You don't believe anything till it's finalized. So that's those external markets aren't helping the grain markets any. You've also got some stories of soybeans coming in from Brazil to the East Coast. We had some stories last week of wheat coming in from Poland to the East Coast. So when we're importing grain into the East Coast because it's cheaper to bring it in on a boat from another country than to take it by a rail from the interior, that just tells you our prices are still too high compared to the world market.
And yesterday, of course, with grains being down, we had a boost up into the positive for the livestock side of the markets. Did that continue today, Tyler?
Yeah, it did. Hogs were limit up in your upfront contracts. They did not go expanded limit up today, but saw another $3.80 added to July hogs, $1.75 in June hogs. Feeder cattle were up strong, about $3 yesterday. They settled pretty much across the board, up another $1.50, and fats traded negative for most of the day, and near the late part kind of went green, and we're going to see fat cattle up another 25 to 50 cents pretty much across the board.
And Tyler, most of the winter and early spring, we were sitting here talking about when are we going to have something positive for the hogs, and now we've gotten back-to-back big days for the hogs. It just feels good to see that, doesn't it?
It does. Like most markets, we tend to push things a little bit too far one direction. We're starting to see a little bit of positive news in the cash market, and then we finally, I think for months when you'd ask me about hogs, I'd tell you, one of the problems you got is the futures were a premium to the cash by about 10 to 15 bucks. So futures either had to go down or cash had to go up. We finally took futures down, and now we've got cash kind of coming up. So that's kind of giving hogs a little bit of that spark they needed to see some type of a rally.
Lots to talk about today. Tyler Schau, our guest here on Ag Matters PM. Tyler, how can our listeners and our viewers get in touch for more great information?
Look us up on the internet, agmarket.net. If you want to call direct, 701-987-6009 is the number.
Tyler, thanks for joining us on the show today. And always, thank you so much. We'll speak with you again soon.
You bet. Take care, Mark.
Thank you to Tyler Schau of agmarket.net for our closing market analysis. Let's turn our attention now to the closing numbers, courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. July corn unchanged at $5.94 even. New crop December corn down 3.5 at $5.21 3/4. July soybeans up 3 1/4 at $12.99 3/4. New crop November soybeans down 6 3/4 at $11.46 1/2. August soybean meal down 40 cents at $3.87.80. August soybean oil down 1 cent at $46.31. Chicago wheat up 2.5 at $6.08 even. Minneapolis wheat down 12 even at $7.82 1/2. Kansas hard red wheat up 4 3/4 at $7.85 1/4. September oats down 3 cents at $3.44 1/2. On the Merc, June live cattle up 25 cents at $169.12. August feeder cattle up $1.40 at $239.17. June lean hogs up $1.75 at $82.57. June pork cutout up $1.20 at $85.25. Class 3 milk up a cent at $16.17. And that's been a check of the ag market recap here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead now and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. And when we come back, I will be joined by FBN Director of Finance Sales, TJ Wilson. This is AMPM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today I speak with FBN Director of Finance Sales, TJ Wilson, about Farmers Business Network's new Instant Land Loan Approvals Program. Mark Magnuson with the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, and I'm joined today by the Director of Finance Sales at Farmers Business Network. He is TJ Wilson, and TJ today joining us to talk about the Instant Land Loan Approvals Program from FBN. TJ, first of all, could you tell us please what the Instant Land Loan Approvals Program is and how it can help out farmers here in the state of Iowa?
Absolutely, Mark. Thanks for having me. What we strive for here at FBN is really providing instant feedback to our producers and our customers. So we have launched an instant decision on operating loans. We launched that about 2 years ago. Saw a lot of success in that. I wanted to build on top of that and design something for the real estate side as well. So we did launch this about 2 months ago, an instant decision on real estate loans up to $2.5 million. It's an application only type product. The customers can go online, fill out the application, and get an instant decision on that application.
So TJ, what was the impetus behind this program? What brought it about? Was it farmers coming up to you and saying that this needed to be a little bit of a faster process, or there needed to be a way to make these deals happen a little bit quicker?
Well, I think in the world today, everything we want to see is instant feedback. So I think everybody wants quicker feedback, wants a quicker decision. So instead of waiting for a committee to decide what you can or can't do on purchasing real estate or making your decisions on that real estate, do it yourself. Go and fill out the application, get that instant feedback, and be able to make those decisions quicker and better for your operation.
And TJ, when you use the word instant, how instant are we talking? And did that make was this a difficult process at all to make this such a streamlined process that can happen so quickly?
Yeah, the instant decision is typically about 5 to 10 minutes to fill out the application. As soon as you hit submit, you're going to get that decision right away. So it's within seconds after hitting the submit button. We love the technology that we built. Obviously, I'm on the sales side of things, but we have a ton of work that goes into the back end on the technology build out to do this. It's been a long time coming. Our engineers and team have put a lot of time and effort into building that on the back end to make it a seamless experience for our customers.
And so TJ, who is this specifically designed for when it comes to farmers that are looking to make these purchases? Is it for a specific subset of farmers? Is it for all farmers that just need to make these decisions quickly?
Yes, for all farmers. So everything that we do here at FBN is farmers first. And so we want to design products that make sense for all farmers, whether that's part-time farmers or full-time farmers, to give them the products that they need to be successful and get that decisioning to make their operation run more efficiently. So we're going to design this for anybody and everybody. Some of the benefits that we also added onto this are hopefully some quicker appraisal turn times. We know in the market right now that appraisals can be pretty difficult to get turned in a reasonable amount of time. One of the benefits of this product is hopefully getting a little bit quicker turnaround time on that to be able to close these loans a little bit sooner.
And TJ, you mentioned benefits. I was reading some of the benefits that are listed from Farmers Business Network, and one of those was just something that really appeals to me. It was less paperwork. So less paperwork, more streamlined. Have you found that has made this process easier?
Yeah, if we know farmers, they don't love paperwork. So, I mean, going into the FSA office if they have to every year, doing all their crop insurance information, that is troublesome. They definitely don't enjoy doing that. So the financial side of things as well, it's a hassle to them. So anything we can do to cut down the need to provide paperwork to us and streamline that process for them.
TJ, is that kind of the end goal of this whole process, just to make it a streamlined process, quick and secure, but something that can help farmers move this process along so they can make those deals when they see them?
Yeah, absolutely. The land buying market is a very competitive one. So we want to give the farmers all the tools that they need to be able to make those decisions quickly and go in as effectively a cash buyer with an offer in hand. So if they can do that, if they can have their financing approved and do that very quickly through an application process that we provide, it's going to give them more leverage when they go to purchase real estate.
TJ, you mentioned the land buying environment, very competitive right now. Is that throughout the entire Midwest? Does that include the state of Iowa? What is that current situation currently?
Yeah, I think we're seeing that everywhere. So I'm from Kansas, but I do a lot of business with FBN all across the country. So anywhere that we are and anywhere that we work, we're typically seeing a very competitive land purchasing market right now. Farmers want to grow. They want to acquire more land if they get the opportunity. Those opportunities are typically few and far between. So when they get the chance to buy real estate, they're definitely going to jump on it.
So for farmers that are thinking about buying real estate, they want to potentially do it in a quick manner, this would be the way to go. TJ, why should farmers then opt for the quick land loan approvals program, the instant land loan approvals program from FBN?
So I think one of the benefits here is obviously it's an instant decision, quick turnaround time, an application only process. But one of the benefits that FBN brings to the table is not only those technology tools, but we've got a very experienced team of about 30 lenders on staff that work with me that have an average experience of over 17 years of experience in ag lending. So definitely have the tools and the resources on the back end to not only help from the technology side of things, but provide a lot of expertise and value in the long run.
And TJ, we know that Farmers Business Network is a farmer-to-farmer network. I would imagine that your ag lending team comes from all areas of the country as well, with a lot of different areas of expertise.
Yeah, we're pretty widespread. About half of my team works in production agriculture as well. They have their own farming operations, so they work in it day to day, and they really understand what our customers are going through.
And I know those customers certainly appreciate that. TJ, is there anything else you'd like to let our viewers, our listeners know about when it comes to this instant land loan approval program?
No, Mike, I really appreciate the time today. We're really excited about this opportunity and really excited about the programs that we've built over the last few years. So we have a great team. FBN is a great company to work for. We really try to put the farmers first. So if anybody has any questions, just reach out to FBN.com. You can check out the finance page there and reach out to one of our team members.
He is TJ Wilson with the finance team at Farmers Business Network, our guest here today. TJ, thank you so much for the time. Best of luck with this new process, the instant land loan approval process. And thank you so much for taking the time to tell us all about it today. We'll speak with you again soon.
Thanks, Mark.
And that was TJ Wilson, FBN Director of Finance Sales. Let's turn our attention now to the ag weather outlook. Well, it's the last day of May, but it's already feeling a little bit like the middle of June or maybe even into the month of July, as we do have some humidity outside, some warm temperatures, and today, scattered thunderstorm chances around the state of Iowa. Tonight, that's going to be a pretty similar story, as we will have chances for thunderstorms statewide once again. And then tomorrow, another hot day, chances for storms once again for much of the state of Iowa. So let's turn our attention now to the National Weather Service and what's in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, partly to mostly sunny skies today, then scattered thunderstorm chances throughout the state. And high temperatures today expected in the 86 to 91 range. Tonight, chances for thunderstorms continue as those chances extend statewide, and low temperatures tonight 63 to 66. And tomorrow, much of the same story. Chances of storms across much of the state, warm temperatures once again, and highs expected in the 87 to 91 range. And now looking at our affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee, a chance of thunderstorms, high around 87. Chance of thunderstorms in Shenandoah with a high around 88. Des Moines, a chance of thunderstorms on Thursday, high around 89. Albia, a chance of thunderstorms, high around 88. Waterloo, the warm spot on the map with a high temperature expected around 91 and a chance of thunderstorms. And Clinton, also with a chance of thunderstorms, high expected on Thursday around 90. For a more detailed forecast in your part of the state, make sure and check with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. We've got those scattered rain shower chances and thunderstorm chances around the state. Make sure and check with your local affiliate. And that's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook. That also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And you can find our video content and previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. And don't forget our free twice daily market podcast that are found wherever you find your favorite podcast at Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the IARN studios in Des Moines, I'm Mark Magnuson. On behalf of Riley Smith and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.